tad bit. I've been asleep. Or sick. Or dead. And I'm definitely not level 90 in Overwatch. I'm level 89, thank you very much. So E3 happened. Forever ago, basically. A lot of games got announced, and a lot of people had a lot of fun. And Aisha Tyler is the worst woman ever. And I'm excited for a lot of it. But Nintendo did something this year that just stole my heart. And they do it every once in a while, and I don't know very many companies that actually do this. But every time it happens, it just makes me feel so great about liking video games. They were very sneaky and released Rhythm Heaven MegaMix out of nowhere. And that's just so great! It's so great when that happens. And especially for a game that I love so much like Rhythm Heaven. It was just so magical. Instant purchase. Bought it right off the eShop right when I could. And it downloaded it and I was playing it. It was great. So let's talk about it. So if you don't know about the Rhythm Heaven series, there have been 4 main installments. There's been Rhythm Tengoku, and that one only came out in Japan, and then Rhythm Heaven Fever, and then Rhythm Heaven MegaMix, which is the new one that came out for the 3DS just barely. I've played all of them. I had to emulate the Rhythm Tengoku one, and there are no real good English patches for it, so it was so... You know, for a game that is based on rhythm only, having it be in another language was surprisingly difficult. And I always hoped, and I always dreamed that they would localize it just on the virtual console or something. Because they did that with Earthbound, and I'm assuming they're going to be doing it with Mother 3. But I always had this, this dream in my mind that they would have a Nintendo Direct and they would be all, Rhythm Tengoku Go is coming out on the virtual console, and now you can play it in English. But that dream never came true until they announced the MegaMix. Rhythm Heaven MegaMix doesn't have very many games that it's created for itself in particular. It's mostly just a big mix, a big mess of all of the different games that they've just pulled together. But they also localized, as far as I know, all of the games from Rhythm Tengoku too. Which is great, because I'm so happy to be able to play those in English, and they're really fun, it's just a good rhythm game. But I found myself a little bit... bored's not the right word, and it's not underwhelmed. Oh, I don't know, another word meaning underwhelmed, but not underwhelmed. I guess because I played all of the other games, this one didn't have that much new to offer me, and not like I was expecting it to, but it just felt different than all of the other ones. I think I've narrowed it down to 2 reasons why I just didn't feel that spark for some reason. And don't misunderstand me, I love these games so much, but there have been these 2 issues that have just really kind of soured the experience just a little bit. I've still had a great time with the game, I'm not saying I didn't. But these 2 things felt so weird to be in a Rhythm Heaven game. Reason number 1, it's so talky. There are way too many words in this game. After every single rhythm game, the cute little fro hair bear thing comes out, and he just talks. There's boxes and boxes of dialogue. Don't get me wrong, the writing in these games has always been so fun. Like, it's just so full of heart and weird, quick wit, and it's just really clever, and it fits so well in with just the theme and the feel of the games. But I really, really loved it when there wasn't that much talking. When you got, like, disembodied voices talking to you that would just kind of compliment you on how you're doing and then give you weird announcements like, the cafe's open now or whatever. And it's not that I didn't get any of that, but there was so much of it that it just didn't feel right. I just didn't think that having that much talking in the game was necessary. And especially having a story in games like Rhythm Heaven, it's a little bit pedantic. You don't need that. And the second thing was the rhythm timer at the bottom. Ooh. I have not been so frustrated at a game like that in a long time, in a very, very long time. So what happens is, while you are playing these games, they've got a timer that kind of scrolls along the bottom, and it'll show you if you're early or late, or right in the middle. So what happens is, on the bottom screen, they have a timer that'll tell you if you're early or late, or right on the beat, and it'll kind of give you like a relative, like how much you need to shift your rhythm to be in the middle. And during some parts of the game, if you hit right in the middle, there will be a star that you'll get, and that'll kind of 100% the level. Oh man, and if you thought Rhythm Heaven games were frustrating before this, boy, have I got bad news for you. I had a perfectly marvelous time with the old games where when you messed up, everybody on the screen grimaced, and you knew that you screwed up, and you could just keep going from there, and you didn't have to worry about every single beat. If you got it, you got it, and if you didn't, you didn't. But now there's this whole other level of unnecessary perfection, and it really makes the game hard to play. I don't have anything to record my 3DS screen with, except like my phone, and I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to give you a visual representation of what this is like. Fine. You're a little late. You're a little late. Late. Okay. Late. On time. Late. Early. And you can turn it off so it's not like a huge deal, but I was just kind of amazed that like they even included that in the first place. I guess you gotta do something with that bottom screen. I mean, there are so many good things to say about these Rhythm Heaven games. They're always so fun, and they're wonderful to play, and they're quirky, and they're cute. Honestly, this one had one of the biggest plot twists that I've ever seen in a video game ever. At the very end, I was legitimately surprised, even though it was completely stupid and ridiculous. But that's kind of the way the games have been. It's a wonderful game, but I don't know if you're really missing out on much if you play the other games instead. But then again, if you don't want to buy 3 different versions of the Rhythm Heaven games, you just get this one, and it's great. It's cute, it's quirky, and it is so frustrating.